I don't know about you guys, but I am getting pretty excited about the next Minecraft update. I'm just patiently waiting for it to come out. When's it gonna come out? I don't know. No clue. But if you're not excited about it, I mean, look at this. Like, you can do some crazy stuff. Pew! And poof. So, how's it going, everybody? This is Etho, and welcome back once again to another episode of the Let's Play series. So, of course, last time was the 500th video, guys. I looked at the comments. I saw all the kind words and nice support and stuff, so thank you very much for that. It made me feel good. And moving on here, I had to ask myself, what do we do? We're kind of sitting on the fence right now. Because there was a lot of comments once again. It's like, Etho, are we going to start a new world? It's time to start a new world. And it's like, oh no, not this again. What do? I don't know. So I thought about it for a little bit here. Pondered it. And what I decided is we need to add some variety in the series here if we're going to continue with this world. And I have a plan. So I checked out the Aqua update today just to see, like, maybe we can start doing some snapshots with it. But no, it is not ready whatsoever. It was super laggy, like down to 15 frames per second in the man cave, lag spikes, and lots of glitches. Like, oh my goodness. And you would think, oh, it's the water update. The water is going to be all glitched out, and it is a little bit, but especially... it's just random stuff not working, like hoppers weren't working, and like just a lot of weird stuff was broken that I tried out. So we're gonna have to wait with that. But the plan is to get into base building in the next few episodes here. We spent a lot of time finishing up some old projects, and I think we're ready to start some new stuff now. And maybe I'll just clarify what I mean by base building too. Like when I say base building, I don't mean something like Sandy City there. That's more of a decorative build. I don't really consider it a base. And I thought about this today. Like even something like the amplified base, even though we call it that, it's not really a base either. It's mostly decorative, and we have a few contraptions there, but not enough. So when I say base building, I mean let's actually make a base, like a standalone base. Because like when I work at the amplified base, I have to run back and forth to the man cave in there to pick up resources and stuff. We want to have all the farms, all the contraptions and stuff in our new base so that we can just stay there if we choose to, which is not something we've done in the world here before. This is our only real base in the world. So that's what I mean by base building. And we're going to start a water, like an underwater base once that update comes out. But before that, since it'll probably be a couple months or so, we're going to start a new base today with another one of my ideas here. Alright guys, very good, very good. So I just spent some time here gathering together some materials for our base building. And figured out the location, and I think we're good to go now. Before we take off, though, I do want to show you a couple things around the world. Since the world tour, I think I spent like 10 or 15 hours just doing random stuff, collecting resources. Worked on the nether tunnels a bunch, and a couple little builds, like I finished up the wall here. So this is our snowy side, and it's just like a collection of random garbage. I guess this kind of represents the ice spiked biomes. Over here we have the mega taiga, with the mossy cobble. This could be like ice plains here maybe with a big frozen lake. And just regular taiga, and then like the extreme hills over here. We had an opening here, so I had to like cover or do something over top of it. And I want to change out the glass here with the blue stained glass and just kind of finish up this part of it too, but I didn't get around to that just yet. And then if we go outside, did one other pretty big thing here, and I think we'll fly to the new base location just so we can get an idea of where it is in relation to the man cave. It's only like 2,000 blocks away where we plan on building, and I don't know exactly what we're building with and that kind of stuff. We'll figure it out here together today. Yeah, but this is the other thing I did. The bottom of the gold farm here was not finished for the longest time. We had random scaffolding just sitting around forever here too. So I finally just was like, okay, how long is this actually going to take to finish? And I just did it here. So it's this random pattern, or a simple pattern, I should say, for the bottom. Hey, you! Leave us alone. So that's cool. That's a finished build now. I'm happy about that. But we are going to be going off, I think, this direction, actually. We have nothing built out this way. Is that the right way? We want to go to 170 and minus 1800. We got nothing built out this way, so this should be interesting. I never fly this way either, so we can check out some stuff here. I guess we want to go slightly this direction, too. And we'll just fly there and just see what's on the way, because I'm kind of curious. Oh, we have another jungle here, too. Is this one better? I want to build in the jungle just for the green grass. This one's pretty big, actually. Huh. Why are we going so far away? I don't know now. Yeah, how did I miss this? This is a huge jungle. Okay, interesting. Yeah, okay, so I checked out the other jungle that I had in mind. I think this first one we found is better. It's bigger. And also it's closer to the man cave. So at the very beginning of base building here, we're not going to have our farm set up. And I will have to run back and forth. So having it closer is going to be more convenient for me. But here comes the big reveal, guys. I just spent the last half an hour to an hour chopping down trees here. And you can see a lot more of the grass now, which is nice. There's still some more leaves I could get rid of. And I would like to chop down more trees, but check out the axe. I pretty much ran it right down here. So I'll do it another time. The reason for that, by the way, if you look over here, if you just look at a raw, untouched jungle, it's really hard for your eyes to focus on anything. It's just a bunch of green leaves, right? While if you look over here, there's a little bit more character to it. There'll be even more once we build something. But also, like, this is bad for YouTube videos. It causes them to pixelate really badly. While if it's smoother, it's a lot easier. So that's why I did it. And I actually chopped down the trees. I didn't burn them down. And this is what we got at the end of things here on our first run. So quite a bit of logs and stuff. It's worth it, I think. A lot of people will just burn it down because it's a bit quicker to do it that way. But you don't get the materials. A lot of times when you burn down trees, it leaves chunks of leaves and wood in the air too. Then you got to climb up and chop those down. The only thing that might be worth burning is this, like, the bushes on the ground, because it's usually just one log or something. It's not really, you're not going to get a lot out of it if you chop it down. And they're really annoying to get at because you got to, like, break the leaves and then you got to find the log too. It's usually pretty hidden and stuff. So, yeah. Chop down the trees, maybe burn the lower stuff is what I'm trying to say here. Anyways, let's get to the base building. I think we're going to start in this area here because there's not a lot of water nearby. You see how the water changes the biome and the grass color. So we're trying to avoid those spots if we can. So to get us started here, guys, we are going to press F3 and G to bring up our chunk borders. And I'll try to explain the idea or the theme behind this base. For all the bases I build, I like to have a theme, like a building theme, or general set of rules we have to follow with the building. So we're going to be using grass and stone bricks as sort of our basic theme materials. And the rule set for this base is we have to build it out of slabs. We're going to call this Slab City. And the slabs are going to be 8 by 8 by 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is the size of one of our slabs. Went too far. Okay, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. And we will have to play around with this lot to, like, figure out what actually is going to look good and how we're going to do it here. And that's sort of the goal of today, just to get an idea of how to make this theme work, this base idea. But I don't know if you guys have ever seen, like, the chunky renders and that on Reddit and stuff. They're a 16 by 16 area while we're doing an 8 by 8 because I think that'll be a little bit easier for survival Minecraft to make make work for us. And like to build the base, all the terrain is going to be these slabs. So the next one, if we want to put one next to it, is going to go over here, and it's going to follow the same 8x8 shape. And if we do buildings, we're going to want to try align them either in an 8x8 or 8x16 area, and try to make everything look kind of square and chunky with the build. Is the plan, anyways. Awesome. Okay, so let's use this starting example here. We're going to build an intersection to begin with, and we'll use this to figure out what rules we're going to follow with the build here. So for one thing, I think like these 4 slabs are kind of connected together, right? They're all at the same height and everything. I think when we do that, we're going to remove the borders between the tiles that are connected together. So we'll get rid of that, and then we'll bridge the gap here with grass or whatever material we're using. And the key to making bases interesting usually is to have a lot of variation with like the flatness and stuff. You don't want things to be flat, but that's sort of the defining quality of this base, I feel. Like we want it to look chunky, but in order to, like, even though it's going to be flat, to make it not look flat, if that makes sense, is we're going to want to still have height variations and stuff. But the rule, I think, will be, like, let's say we want to put a staircase to go up here, right? And we'll start a new slab next to this one. What I don't think we'll do is, like, we don't want to like make a hill or something, like, oh, okay, let's start at 1 block, then 2 blocks, and then 3 blocks. What I think we're going to have to do is follow the rule. So every slab is 8x8x4, so we'll go up 4 blocks straight up here, and we'll use stone brick as our border in general here. Doot, 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 doot. Doot, doot, doot. And there. And then any like in-between material that we fill in, we want to use stone, I think. And these height variations are going to be the key to making the build look interesting. Actually, let's not put it at the bottom. Let's just have it at the top there. Yeah, I think that'll be better. So if we want to do this, then we would put a staircase here. And when we do staircases, maybe we'll put like 2 blocks in this chunk, and then we'll remove 2 here. Okay, so check this out. I did a little bit more here just to get an idea of what it might look like and how this is going to work. The cool thing about this base is how we connect the tiles together, right? We have a lot of options with height variations and stuff, but it's going to be easy to do because it's like either it connects next to the tile or it's going to be down or up or whatever, right? It's not going to be hard for me to expand the base. It's going to be simple. You guys might remember a while ago on the Minecraft server, I tried something similar. I made like a hexagon house out of hexagon tiles. That was, like, I thought it was kind of cool, but it was hard to build the hexagons. And since stuff is square in Minecraft, it didn't really work out super great. But this is going to be good, I think. I hope. So we'll fill this in with grass, and you can see, like, when we're up here and we look down, it looks kind of cool, right? Because we got the height variation. I thought for the middle here we would try to do a triple slab, so it's 12 blocks tall, right? And then we're gonna have to fill this all in with stone, and that's gonna make it look really plain and flat. And that's one of our challenges we're gonna have to work out here. How do we take these big flat surfaces and make them look interesting, right? And in general, I think we will be allowed to, like, maybe cross over into this chunk a little bit with decorations, but we shouldn't do it too much. We should try to make it look like the bulk of the mass is in the proper slab or chunk area, right? You know what I mean? Yeah. Anyways, let's sleep here. Ho ho ho, yeah. I think I had a good idea here, guys. There's a trick in Minecraft. If you want a flat surface to look not flat, you use textures that sort of bevel out from each other. So if you look at like the stone and the stone brick here, it kind of looks like the stone brick is sticking out further than the stone, even though it's not, right? So one thing we can do, and this is a trick I've seen people do that looks really cool, is you break out every second block here and just make it cross over like that. And that'll kind of give it some characteristics and some depth here, even though it's still going to be a flat wall and look really chunky. All right, do that, and we'll take a look at that as I slowly build it here. Okay, here we go. This is good. Now if we take a step back, I think that looks a lot better already, right? And now we can do that with other blocks too. I did bring some andesite, I think. Yes, we got andesite. How do you polish it? Is it just like, yeah. I always think you have to put it in the furnace for some reason. I don't know why. But these really stick out from stone. So if we mix some of that in too, and maybe some cobblestone and stuff, it's going to look pretty good, I think. For these big flat spots. Sure, we'll put one there, put that there. Kind of just random pattern, like we usually do. And I don't know. How about there? Okay. So another rule with this, I think we're going to be allowed to go inside slabs, right? So we could possibly have a tunnel here to go inside this solid chunk of land, right? And maybe that's how we do our buildings. Like instead of building something on this big flat spot and like building a roof and everything, maybe we just dig into a slab and then kind of do it like we do with the man cave and just... I had a little bit of a brain fart there. What I meant to say is we only have to build the interior of the building that way. While if we were to build structures on like flat pieces of land like this, you have to do the inside of the building and the outside, which is a lot harder to do, especially if you're working at a small scale. So I think I like that idea. And it's also easier to hide redstone if you're working with void space. So yeah, I think a lot of our buildings will be like that. And another thing is, like, we should be allowed to go inside chunks or slabs like this, but I think we can also stack slabs within a slab, right? Not just have like if we're in this slab here, it's not like this is the only height variation allowed within that slab. We could, for example, stack one on top of this. We'll stack it as close as possible. So we'll have a one slab spacing, and then we'll build a slab over top here and just see what that looks like too. I think that's 8. Then we go over here. So there we go. That is our floating slab idea. I think that looks kind of cool, right? I think that'll work out. Like, it looks interesting from a distance, but also a big thing when you're over here. It feels pretty cool too. I like in Minecraft when you have things over your head, or when you're walking and you have something up high to your left and right like this. Feels like you're being sandwiched in or whatever. I think it's a good idea. So that's kind of the basic rules to shaping our build here. We still got to figure out the decorative side of things, like how do we add variation and make stuff look cool. So like with this, for example, it looks weird on the skinny legs like that, so maybe this gives us an excuse to possibly do arches and stuff. You know, I like my arches. Maybe we beef up the legs like this. And like, it looks weird when you look at the corner here. We got it going this way, and then it kind of goes this way, right? We need to blend that in somehow, so we could do just a simple thing like so. So I think we're allowed to like step into the next tile or next chunk to the one we're in. Like if we look at F3G, this is the line here, and we kind of like make this build go into this one by doing that. But I think that's okay as long as the bulk of the materials in the other chunk. If we don't do that at all, everything's going to look really flat and boring in the end of things here. So we should do it a little bit, I think. Just 1 or 2 blocks, not more than that though. Or it'll be too much probably. So that's one idea. We also have to add more color to the build. It's just green and gray right now. That's not going to fly long term. We need other stuff. So possibly we will start building with brick. I did bring some brick here. I like brick a lot now. Like, brick has this history, if you don't know, in Minecraft. A lot of people don't like it in building because it didn't really go with many blocks, but I think it does more so now. I think it looks a little bit better with stuff, especially with like clays and stuff like that, so maybe we'll include those too. I'm going to move this staircase over. I don't think we need to center everything either. Well, yeah, actually, let's... Hey, you. That's twice I got burnt today. Maybe we will keep it centered on second thought here. So we'll build a little bit out of brick. I really like dark oak with brick, so let's mix in some of that stuff. We'll do the border thing like I usually do. There's going to be some similarities to the man cave, I think, with this build, because this is something I do at the man cave, but I use oak when I do it. And then I put fences on top. And I will be filling in all the void spaces, BWO. You trust me on that. I don't skip out. Not when things are finished. But we're still in the building process right now. Okay, so let's maybe get some fences in here too. Do we have fences? We probably don't have any made. I'll do it off camera. Okay. Let's experiment with this too. This will add more color. It's got like a nice yellow color. Goes well with brick. And it'll add a little bit of depth in the build because it sinks down a little bit. Maybe go straight to. Yeah, that'll be pretty simple, right? Oh yeah, and by the way, because we didn't connect the two slabs or chunks here to these four, that means we either have to go up or down with them, and we're probably going to go down with them. And it's going to feel like we're like up in the air here as we're walking. I think that'll be neat. Be pretty cool. So I got some fences made. I think we will also, in places, have fences so we don't like fall down. Maybe not everywhere. It might be too much if we do a lot of them. But in places, we'll have some fences and stuff. And maybe along the top here. I'm not sure exactly how we'll connect that. And also, I was thinking about, let's add water to the base as well. Get that nice blue color mixed in. Although it's not really a nice blue color. I wish they would change to the water color before the Aqua update's finished. Make it a nice aqua color, you know. It's water. It should be a light blue, not deep blue. That's the one thing they need to change to make the update like perfect for me. But I kind of doubt they're going to. I think they would have done it already if they were. Because I don't know too many people in Minecraft that like the default blue watercolor. Everybody uses texture packs to get the nice color instead. But yeah, when we walk here, now that feels a lot cooler, right? I like it. I like it. Let's mix in leaves and stuff with the build too. Like maybe we'll sneak some in here somehow. And over on this side. And maybe a hang down area over here. I don't know how that's going to make sense logically, but could be cool. So this will come down like this. It always looks neat when you see hanging leaves like that. And I don't know what I'm doing. Let's just test that for right now. Oh. Make that hang down a little bit more. I just want to see what it looks like from the other side. I know it looks terrible from this side. But yeah, let's go over here. And yeah, that's a little bit cooler, right? Maybe go even more. I like it. I like it. But anyways, guys, I think it's about time we wrap up the episode here for today. We got a good start on that base. I'm happy with it so far. I know it's not looking like super great or anything, but we just started it. As we add more details and as it gets bigger, it's going to look a lot cooler. And as we build the farms and contraptions, we will spend more and more time there, I think. Or it'll be easier to spend time there. As you can see, I have to come back here to do the comment of the day, so that is just one thing we can't do at the new base there until we get set up for it. Anyways, let's get to it here. So it says, "Hey Etho, I'm a long-time sub, but I'll be honest, I haven't watched a video in a long time. I just got tired of the game and lost interest in it and watching videos of it. But I think it's absolutely amazing that you've kept this series going for this long. I remember it was like my daily ritual when I got home from school was to get a snack, hop on YouTube, and watch you, Doc, and B-Dub's videos." Aha. You know, I like this comment because I've seen a lot of comments like it. And it's totally understandable, by the way. I get it, you know. Interestingly, the majority of the people that watch my videos now aren't teenagers or kids or anything like that. It's actually you guys in your 20s and that, because you started watching like when you're 15 or whatever, and I've been doing it for 7 years or whatever, so now you're in your 20s. And you're busy with life. You got stuff to do. I totally get it. And even for myself, like I find it's hard to watch somebody, even if I really like them. I very rarely will watch someone for more than a year or two on YouTube. I don't know. You just kind of get used to their style or whatever, and it gets repetitive, I think, and you move on to the next thing that interests you. And that's totally fine, right? I think it's cool. Same with games. Like you play a game for a long time, even though it might be your favorite game ever, you get tired of it too. It's just the way it is. With Minecraft here, it's a little bit different for me because I'm doing the YouTube thing, so it adds an extra challenge to it. And I'm always trying to push myself to do something different in the game. I think it's like that with a lot of things. Like a lot of people like music, for example. If you only played the same song over and over again, you would get bored of it, I think. But a lot of people that like music will try new songs, try to play different songs, whatever. And that's what keeps it interesting. As long as you're not bored with something, you will enjoy it, right? Same with videos. I try to do something different so that you guys don't get bored. But eventually stuff does get repetitive, no matter how much you try, because the game doesn't change that much, right? Anyways, I'm rambling. Hopefully you guys enjoyed today's episode. We'll try to build the base some more next time. And if you have ideas for like how we should design it and stuff, let me know in the comments, and I might include your ideas with the build, okay? So hope you have a wonderful day today, and I will see you again in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.